We have a function f of x equals the cubed root of x plus 8, and we're given the domain of f as well, where x is greater than or equal to 1 and x is less than or equal to 1000. And tells you the inverse function exists. We have to find the inverse function. So to start off, you're working for the inverse function would be f of the inverse of f equals x. So we're going to use composite functions and substitute in the inverse function when we see an x in f of x. So we have the cubed root of the inverse function plus 8 equals x. And then all we have to do is just rearrange all of this so that we have the inverse function. So subtract 8 first. And to undo a cubed root, we need to cube both sides. So there's the inverse function. For the next one, we have to state the domain of the inverse. Now, this here is the domain of f of x. Okay, that's the input. So domain means input. So if you have f of x where the domain is the input and the range is the output, and we're asked here in this question to find the domain of the inverse. Well, the domain of the inverse is just the output of f of x. So if we were to look at f of x, substitute in 1, so the cubed root of 1 is 1, 1 plus 8 is 9, and also substitute in 1000, that's where the domain lies between. It lies between 1 and 1000. So the cubed root of 1000 would be 10. 10 plus 8 is 18. Then our domain of the inverse, which is just the output or the range of f of x, would be between 9 and 18. And we got that from substituting in 1 and 1000 into f of x. And you can do that because the domain of the inverse is the same as the range or output of the function.